Hello, welcome back to the channel, and today we'll be talking about the Lions draft class overall as a whole. It's going to be primarily highlights. I'm looking at my editing over here. I got 30 minutes of highlights after this, so I'll just do a quick little recap for me. Start off at pick 12, right? Or actually start off at pick 6. Everyone thought they were going to take Witherspoon. That was kind of the deal. We thought that was what was going to happen. Right up until it happened, Witherspoon was minus 250 on books, and then all of a sudden he was gone. Why was that? The Seahawks, who also had a similar situation with a minus 200 player in Jalen Carter, they ended up going for Witherspoon, and that kind of changed everything. Lions kind of probably went, that was our number one guy on the board. Our number two guy on the board is Jahmyr Gibbs, and we're not going to take him before Bijan will get killed. So they found a dance partner in the Cardinals, who traded back up after trading down. They went down to 12 and also picked up pick 34. Instead of going with one of the defensive players they didn't really trust or, thought whether it be off the field issues with Jalen Carter or on the field or trying to get on the field issues with Tyree Wilson's foot, they decided, hey, listen, we're going to trade down. We're going to go get Jahmyr Gibbs and eventually Sam Laporta in pick 34. But they took Jahmyr Gibbs at 12. The internet freaked out. Everyone freaked out. Instant F grade. Lions are idiots. What are they doing? This is a win now roster, and drafting a running back like that is not crazy. Now, I will die on the hill that he's not a running back. You'll see here later, right after this, me talking, is going to be a clip of Brad Holmes, right? He's going to be talking about how he doesn't even see him as a running back. He's more as a offensive threat, whatever you want to call it. And then in these highlights, you'll see a couple times he's catching the ball, and I think he has 2 kick returns at Georgia, right? He can run it back from the house of kick return, okay? He's like a Percy Harvin, Cordell Patterson, Deebo Samuel. I can do everything back. Alvin Kamara, everyone's going to think instantly because he's super good, but I don't even think he runs the ball like that. He can if he has to, but he's more of a pass-catching guy out of the backfield. I mean, I think he'll be on the field with Dave Montgomery many times. You can even do a little pistol thing. Montgomery behind you and Gibbs to your left or right and have motion out of the backfield and get his mismatch with one of the linebackers, and he'll absolutely cook him. Okay? Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm probably going to do a video in the future about fantasy guys you want. You're going to want him on that team big time. On your fantasy team, that is. As for Jack Campbell, the next pick at 18, another, oh my God, what are they doing? You can't be taking a linebacker here, blah, 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 blah. Okay, ask the Jets how it worked. Sitting there, and they wanted Gibbs. They sat there to get Gibbs, and he was gone. And then they wanted Broderick Jones, and they sat there, and he was gone. They had to go for Will McDonald, had a farm, E-I-A-I-O, and they ended up taking him, and they kind of regretted it immediately, right? They didn't want it. They went to defense, the jokes about them, and making Aaron Rodgers mad, it's pretty funny how it's like, hey, Rodgers wants one thing, draft weapons, and you took a defensive edge that you could have gotten later on, which, I hate that argument, but if people are going to use it against the Lions, I'll use it right back in your face, right, draft nerds? But after that, right, now you're sitting at 18, and you take Jack Campbell, top linebacker on the board. The next linebacker went in the late 3rd round. I believe it was Trenton Simpson, and then right after him was Drew Sanders, if not all the way around. But, it was picked 70s, right? There was 60 guys in between Jack Campbell and the next linebacker. He's a damn good player, 6'5", super tall. What's he not great at? Coverage, despite, in some of these highlights, you'll see him get a few picks. He's not the best in coverage, but the good news is we got a billion secondary pieces that can play all over, and we added with another versatile safety guy, which we'll talk about later on. I like it. I like it a lot. He's a good culture guy. When they said Van Ness came in for his visit, they talked about Campbell almost the entire time because how much of a dog that kid is, and I love the fit. He's going to be the team captain pretty soon. And you can't be the same Lions fans that are mad you're taking a linebacker at 11 or at 18, and you're the same guys that are mad that we paid Anzalone and he's going to start. Well, guess what? Now he probably won't. It's going to be Jack Campbell, and problem solved. 2 first-round picks, and you got 2 starters in a weak draft class. Not a problem. You drafted 2 more starters in the 2nd round, and the first one that you drafted is tight end Sam Laporta. Now everyone's going to get mad because he wasn't number 1 on greased back Mel Kiper's pick. Obviously, Dalton Kincaid was 1 for me. Next one was Darnell Washington, but he didn't fit in the thing, and you took Sam Laporta. Tight ends from Iowa, just a little bit of a successful track record, right? And this guy is just as good. He can be kind of a receiving tight end. He can work on his blocking a bit, but he has no problem blocking. His yards after the catch are insane. In these highlights you'll see shortly, he falls forward every time. It's unbelievable. Like, there's not a time you'll see him fall backwards. It's crazy. Is always forward, and he'll always get a few yards after the catch. Tough kid. Absolutely love him. Absolutely love him. My favorite pick that we took out of everyone up next was Brian Branch. This guy was the safety, corner, whatever you need, defensive back, Swiss Army knife, just like the rest of the guys in our roster, especially C.J. Gardner-Johnson, kind of like him, on Alabama. Nick Saban says one of the best players he's ever coached. He absolutely loved this kid, and you couldn't get a bad word out of him. I mean, additionally, he was one of the few people, along with him, Keon White, I don't remember the other one, and then Will Levis, obviously, that did not get drafted day one, that were in the draft room, and, they were kind of there embarrassed. He was the only one that stayed, okay? He stayed. He put a brave face on. Everyone was making fun of all those guys there. Obviously, he didn't have as much screen time thanks to Will Levis, but he stayed. He went out there, shook Commissioner's hand, was happy for it, made a bunch of social media posts right afterwards. I believe Amon-Ra announced the pick. Actually, no, that was Hendon Hooker, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. But he had a good time. He went and hung out with the fans immediately. Like, it was a real good thing to see that this kid's down to earth, humble, and fits the culture. Because no crap. If you don't fit the culture, you're not getting picked. That was pretty clear the entire weekend. Minkah Fitzpatrick vibes, is what you get from a lot of the coaching staff at Alabama, what they say. I mean, obviously, C.J. Gardner-Johnson is kind of a good thing there, but he's a safety that can play corner. He'll be all over the field. Super cerebral, super smart player. Another great guy. Speaking of super cerebral, super smart, great guy, you got Hendon Hooker, another one, right? Obviously, 26 years old, I believe, is the main thing that's the problem about him. I don't care about the ACL. Nowadays, in ACL surgery, you almost come back from better in the NFL with how strong the new material is. He's got a lot of poise, a lot of oldness. I don't know. He comes in with premature. And I don't know if he's going to start, but he's pretty good Goff insurance. He's kind of similar to Goff, but a little bit more athletic. He's got a pretty good arm. He's a really smart kid. He's ready to work, ready to put the work in. Will he ever start a game for the Lions? Probably not intentionally, at least for the first year or two. I think they're going to re-sign Goff, but, if in case Goff leaves or doesn't play well or gets injured, God forbid, or something like that, you got a good insurance policy. He's going to be probably, I would say, the best backup quarterback in the league. And that's a pretty important position. I know with the Lions, we were fortunate enough the last few years, obviously with Matthew Stafford being tough and never missing games. And then Goff last year, never missing a game, right? So, but you look at teams like the Eagles, them too, yeah. Like the Eagles and the Ravens and the Cowboys and all these other elite teams. The Chiefs, obviously, all had to rely on a backup quarterback for an extended period of time, right? 2 or 3 games at least. So having a good solution there is great, especially in a win-now team. So I love Hendon Hooker, great kid, super happy. Shout out my dad, who's now a Lions fan because he loves his Tennessee Volunteers. But we move on. I'm not really to say much on the rest of these guys because I really don't know. But I have their film in there. You can watch it with me, and we can figure out what's going on. They drafted a defensive tackle. He's going to probably not play. He's going to play. He's not going to start, but good addition. Same thing with the extra receiver and the other offensive tackle we took. And then we traded away DeAndre Swift. But other than that, it's pretty much we got the guys we wanted, I believe, and ready to go out there and make some noise. Super excited. Let me know down below what you think. And put your feet up, kick back, crack open a cold one, and watch 30-something minutes of highlights. Just kind of introduce yourself to the class here. Yeah, that's all I got. The outro will just be the end of one of the guys talking about what he likes with the culture, and that's pretty much it. So thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time, but stay around and watch these highlights. Peace.
Jameer, even we had 6 and 18, obviously we had thoughts of, maybe at 18, but, we didn't feel great about it. And so when we were able to select him at 12, that's when all the text started coming in of would have been gone by 15. Just a lot of picks, a lot of people saying they want to trade up, they want to get in, So I wouldn't have even felt good of him staying at 18. But again, it's not about just don't pick a running back because that's not how we really view him.
Kanye Thomas set deep. Fields it at about the 3. And on the go, it is Gibbs. The aforementioned Jahmyr Gibbs intact. Here they are on 3rd and goal. Sims with time, and with the score is Gibbs. First down, he's going to get after it again. And look at the speed and the spark and the score from Gibbs.
Job of knowing where the sticks are, where they're trying to get. Here's a 4th down.
Sims throws on the run to the end zone, and it's a touchdown, Georgia Tech. On 4th and long. And
It's worked. Let's see what they got on a 3rd and 10.
they're going to run it. They've got enough. Past the 20. Gibbs will finally bring him down.
Andre, they only had 6 seniors last year as Gibbs gets the run, and he's in. Georgia Tech maybe doesn't need a score, but would really like to have one as they'll screen it out for Gibbs. And Gibbs across the 40 with a first down and more. Sims, the freshman. Sims had to hustle it, and he's got it to Gibbs.
Jeff Sims with a handoff again to Gibbs, and Gibbs breaking tackles. How about that run by the...
After Blumery's 41-yard kick, gave Boston College the 17-0 lead. An opportunity here for Dante Smith. And he's got a lot of room to roam. That's Gibbs. That's Gibbs to midfield. Will he beat the kicker? He does. Gibbs is going to go to the house.
With the outcome and the performance.
Georgia Tech going to keep it on the ground here with Gibbs, and they get a big play.
Defensive coordinator at the time.
Gibbs able to get the first down.
Players have been playing that position by committee.
Gibbs in trouble in the backfield, able to make it a finish.
7.5 sacks on the season for Rucker. Couldn't wrap up Sims. Breaking through the line. This is Gibbs. Gibbs to the 10 and to the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Number 26. At the middle. Gibbs angles into the end zone.
And it's going to be a give. Here's Gibbs. Turns that corner. Down the sideline. And it is going to be returned from the 10. Gibbs. There he goes.
As a runner.
After a gain of 6, 2nd down and goal. There goes Gibbs. Touchdown Tech.
Yep. Here is Sims. Backing up. Loops it for Gibbs. A lot of room on the left. Got by Patrician. Breaks free. Jahmyr Gibbs. At the 40. 30. The cutback here to the near side. Gibbs at the 10, the 5.
Let's see if the Duke D can answer.
Georgia Tech 13th in the conference on 3rd down, but a wide open man is Gibbs. Down the sideline for Georgia Tech, and he is going to the end zone.
Going to hand off once again. Gibbs breaks free. He's off to the races. Across the 20, the 10. See you later. Touchdown.
Williams in for the injured Zach McLeod. This is Gibbs weaving his way, and Gibbs takes it to the
Hungry fight by 27.
This is Gibbs to the 40, to the 30. Gibbs accelerating, steps out of a tackle, down the sideline, and into the end zone. Division, the burst. There goes Gibbs across midfield. Gibbs to the 10, and he is gone.
That want to build chemistry.
Wow. How about this for chemistry? There's one hit, and Jahmyr Gibbs with the cutback, then a stiff arm, and he's inside the 10.
And Young drops back. Gibbs again. Down the sideline. First down and more. Young pumps it. Looking. Steps back. In the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. Jahmyr Gibbs. 2nd and 2 at the 33. Young over the middle. Gibbs with running room.
9 in the Rose Bowl.
Up on the Fighting Chip Kellys. They don't fight so hard out there anymore.
Jahmyr Gibbs inside the 5 with daylight. Past midfield. And Bama career passing yards with that completion. Now again to Gibbs with more room to roam. Another first down. And a touchdown.
Hair and all. Nice Young looking crossing route. And here's Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. Best receiver
on the team by numbers, and the running back still on his feet, and he will truck up. Looking for 4. Gibbs out of the backfield, spin move, goal line, touchdown Alabama. Jahmyr Gibbs, big opening up the middle, and he is going to be gone. Nobody's going to catch Jahmyr Gibbs all the way to the end zone. Touchdown Alabama. Gibbs, pass off the left side. He might be gone again. Jahmyr Gibbs has already got a 72-yarder. He's got another one. Touchdown Alabama. On short yardage, Gibbs broke one tackle, got to the edge and walks.
And Burton makes it.
36-yard pickup. Now it's back to Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs puts his foot in the ground and goodbye. Jahmyr Gibbs, touchdown Alabama. Isaiah Bond in motion. Bryce Young flips it sidearm out to Jahmyr Gibbs. Made one guy miss, a little hesitation step, and Gibbs.
Gibbs navigates through traffic in the line of scrimmage and rolls into the end zone.
Last year, right?
Exactly. Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs, this might be a touchdown, and it will be. Alabama scores.
Teray dancing around in the backfield. And a quick hitter, but Iowa's defense is ready and charged up. Looked like they were on their way to ending that streak, and now we got a brand new ball game. Option, pitching out to Teray. And Iowa's defense has played much better here in the second half.
Haskins in motion. McNamara all day to throw it. Finally delivers! And incomplete! And intercepted by Jack Campbell!
They do this a lot where they have a delay from the tight end, but McNamara throws it behind him. Again, tips and overthrows. That's where
Levis to the air. Now steps up to run, and he's dragged down at midfield. It was Jack Campbell that was there first.
South Dakota State backed up on their own 1-yard line. And the backup quarterback, Rudy Voss, is in. They hand it off to Davis. Did he get out of the end zone? He did not. Jack Campbell, the All-American.
There, tackle for loss. You'll see him hit it up in there, get an inch. You got to get it out of the end zone. Watch this. He bounces the ball right there. Dead. Over. Great tackle by...
And here comes the option. Corum caught and knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. That's Captain Jack right there, folks.
Watch how quickly he reads this. And the problem here is that you didn't get any sort of inside move there from the quarterback, J.J. McCarthy.
So they do on 3rd down and 3. Wide receiver screen. Catching and going backwards. Coverage starts with Big Ten Tailgate next Saturday only on Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. There's Love, and he's pushed out by Van Ness.
Continue to go into this deep dive. Ohio State's offense versus Iowa's defense. Stroud frees himself. Throws! Captain Jack with the interception. First play of the second half, an interception by Ohio State.
Well, this is a beautiful job by Jack Campbell. First of all, look at his eyes, okay? When you got zone defense, eyes are always on the quarterback. Safety's eyes on the quarterback. Linebacker's eyes on the quarterback. That's what makes it difficult to throw the ball down inside of those seams, is that they can react.
But don't kid yourself. That Iowa defense held Ohio State to 360 total yards, an offense that averages over 500 per game.
Evan Hall picks up 7 on first down.
The 11th catch of the season for DK of 10 yards or more. Good pursuit by the Iowa defense. That's Jack Campbell getting there in a hurry, as he has done so often this season. Bell in motion. Allen. And they just string out that run. Jack Campbell hops on. He'll get credit for the tackle.
No, trips coming down to the left. Oh, no, they're going to motion to it. So,
Stretch play. Cuts it back. Really close.
Oh, the ball's out.
on the
Ball's
ground.
out.
Ball is on the ground. Iowa says they've got it. And they do. Deontay Craig, number 45. There it is, Spence. The first turnover of the game.
There could be lethal.
They really do. Coming out as he's trying to reach out and get that extra yard for a first down. Hawkeyes defense do it again, as they always do.
That will settle him down and make him more comfortable and more confident.
Highly rated 4-star prospect out of Spring Hill.
Again, he's forced out. Again, Iowa's defense gets to it.
Right up the middle there on the cross on him and Seth Benson. They've been throwing it at this young guard line.
Petrus will fake the handoff. He'll throw down the side. That's caught by Laporta. Inside. One timeout left. Petrus hit as he throws, and that's caught again. This time the tight end Laporta.
This time Petrus is going to pass. That was complete. Laporta.
Play action again. Wants a bunch. Has a man. It's the tight end. Laporta. Touchdown. Iowa. Pass is caught. Again, it's the tight end. Laporta. Big game.
Empty backfield. Petrus underneath has his man, and it's Laporta. Turns it up, and Laporta gets to the 40. Goodson, the deep back. Petrus rolls out, drops it off. He's got Laporta. Laporta with a lane. Laporta goes down at the 17. Sam Laporta is their top receiver. Side of the shotgun. Over the middle. Caught. Laporta again, and it's a first down.
Iowa with a second down and 2. It's play action for Petrus, setting up, taking a shot downfield. Laporta's there. He's got it inside the 25-yard line. Gain of 34. 110 on the field. Back to throw Petrus. Throws back to Laporta with blockers out in front. He's inside the 20, inside the 10. Laporta to the end zone. Touchdown, Hawkeyes. They have the lead.
Hamilton, Ohio. That's down Cincinnati way. Petrus. Caught. That's his tight end. Laporta, a big gain. 3rd down and 8. Going into the win for the first time. Pass is complete. Laporta. He's got the first down. That's what tight ends do. Tight ends and catches came into this game with 136 in Iowa. Petrus pass complete. Laporta. Touchdown. Iowa.
09 capacity just over 50,000 strong and being heard from today. Our Patriots in the building. Here goes Sam Laporta. Hello, how do?
Freshman in the backfield, that's Caleb Johnson. We'll talk about him all afternoon. An exciting young running back. And again, naked boot to the right side. Sam Laporta. Second consecutive possession for Iowa in Kentucky territory. Looked for the screen back over the middle to Sam Laporta. Good play design. And how about Laporta? Refuses to go down. Sam Laporta.
That's right. Never be content, never be satisfied. And he'll be satisfied with this play. A beautiful twisting interception in the air by Brian Branch.
He sticks the ball up high. He comes in, see him belly roll back into the player. High points the football, locks it away. Take.
Rodgers looking to the right and tries to squeeze the ball into coverage, but Brian Branch
got as to having that elite defensive back that can do a lot of different things. That is great job.
3rd and 11, they hit up the pocket. Daniels stands and delivers, but he was affected by the pressure and bounces
the ball. From Brian Branch. He comes over to be able to help out. Watch this. Boom! Brian Branch pushes him right into the back.
Fluid ball skills. He's become a better blocker as a tight end, too. That slant was tipped.
The glue. Like I've said in the past, there's always that defensive back for Nick Saban and Pete Golding's defense over the years. Go back to even when Kirby was.
Passing has been really a challenge. Oh, short catch, hammered immediately is Kyron Lacy, your guy. Branch.
2nd down and 3. King throws quickly to A-Chain in the flat, and what an open field tackle by Brian Branch. And they're going out to the tight end. He's going to have to drive for it. He won't get there.
Not quite.
They're going to throw it to him out in the flat. See if they can make somebody miss. It's not going to happen. Brian Branch.
55 to keep the offense on the field. Needing 7. There's a shot to the end zone. And incomplete.
Dart.
to the end zone. Incomplete, broken up by Brian Branch. Intended for Jonathan.
Bingo inside on Branch. It's a decent matchup. Fields open. Branch.
Down at 5 of the 49. Card under pressure, underneath. Nice catch, Whittington on the slant.
One. Rodgers off of the interception. Tries to go back to the air. Immediately taken down.
When do you see him get a ball batted down?
Right.
And then the anticipation that he has, Kirk, is remarkable.
Here comes the pass rush. And it's Branch on the blitz, not getting Rodgers.
Chances for Anderson, who's inside of that, by bringing that pressure. The back is
so far 6 completions for just 24 yards. Keeps it on the edge, and they did a great job. That's textbook. They strung it out, forced him back, and stopped him for a yard.
To 17. Judkins never did go down, but now.
Josh Williams, a former walk-on, has stepped into an important role as a running back, and he's got the first catch out of the backfield, but not much there.
Second down and 12 at the 24. Roschon Johnson in the backfield. They give it to Johnson, and he'll be tackled for a loss on back-to-back plays. We're pushing and shoving.
Down in the red zone, they can't afford that here. Little option. Late pitch, A-Chain. Man, did he get leveled after a 2-yard pickup by Brian Branch.
There, look how much space.
Looked like that was going to be maybe an option, and that went. A-Chain hit in the backfield. Brian Branch again.
Without being able to run the ball.
They're going to try to run it right here, and Judkins is met immediately and dropped by Brian Branch for a loss.
First, and now deep down the left side here.
Second down and 10 at the 30-yard line. And they'll run it. Robinson.
King over the middle, low and incomplete, intended for
fun. Rodgers told me this week he knows that a
King fires. Oh, that would have been a pick six if Brian Branch could have had.
Old days, Michael Crabtree played that spot.
second down run, and he swallowed up.
Single coverage again. This time there was good coverage for a moment, but that ended. And it's a touchdown. Brew McCoy won the battle of 15s. Here comes pressure from Pitt. They don't get there. Flag down. Single coverage beaten again. All the way to the goal line goes Tillman. No signal yet. At the 28, still in field goal range. Hooker throws, end zone, touchdown! Cedric Tillman.
Especially when you got a bad shoulder.
Yeah. Now he's going to go deep. Got a man out there. Oh, what a catch! Diving catch by Keaton. The tight ends on each side. 12th play of the drive. Hooker, here's the rollout. There's the throw. There's the touchdown, Tennessee. Brew McCoy on the receiving end of that one. Hendon Hooker, and now Hyatt goes out to the top of your screen. Hooker's looking that way. And is not going to get a throwaway, but he's got it on the run. And he's got a first down and a bunch more. Hendon Hooker down the sideline. Big play. All the way to the 18-yard line.
I don't have any. What would Tennessee? What would Florida do? You got any strategy for him?
Stop this guy.
How about cover the guy?
Covering that guy. Jacob Warren, the big tight end, all the way down to the 40.
Number 1 scoring team in the SEC, number 2 in the nation. As Hooker looks downfield in the end zone, he's got Hyatt for the touchdown. One snap, Jalen Hyatt to the house. Hooker, and he has it on time, all the way down to the 15-yard line to Brew McCoy. Quarterback draw, and in Hooker into the red zone. Gets walloped inside the 15, but he's down to about the 14-yard.
Gets off the field, you're sitting there going, if we got any chance, we got to go turn it into points, and they were unable to.
Hooker, wide open, Brew McCoy with speed to the sideline, uses the stiff arm, and goes out of bounds across the 50.
65 and 55 yards of rushing. They need to run the ball a little bit.
Hooker going deep. Man's there. Got it. Jalen Hyatt, touchdown. Hooker. Wide open. Ramel Keaton inside the 10.
I can't give up too fast on the run. Otherwise, these big pass plays won't be there.
There's a pass play that's there. Jalen Hyatt, touchdown. Be even more dangerous than they already are. Hooker. Down the middle. Got him on the fly. It's Hyatt again. And he's going to take it. Touchdown, Tennessee. 78 yards.
4th down on this drive.
And then Hooker pulls it, throws it. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jalen Wright. Hyatt, rather, his 5th of the day. Left. And then Hooker looking to throw. Scanning things, throw in, and complete. And he got it to Ramel Keaton again. Down midfield. Hendon Hooker can't take a sack. Double clutches, throws. It is caught. Do they get the timeout? Brew McCoy.
Hooker well protected. Wide open is Hyatt running free. A total bust and a quick strike for the Volunteers. Hooker looking to send to his left. Now moves back to the right. Launches. Wide open touchdown. Jalen Hyatt for the 2nd time tonight. Option look. Hooker fakes the pitch, spins, and scores. He can either deal it or fake it, get underneath. Look at the left tackle, 53, gets to that 2nd level, and he is a physical runner. Shut them down. They basically shut out the offense, so he did. Safety, Hyatt is loose again, and there goes that man. Down to the 25, another huge play from the guy who leads college football.
3rd down and 11 from the 30. Hooker looking to throw in the pocket, lofts it. He's got a man wide open, and it's caught at the 32-yard line. Brew McCoy.
And something inside. This slot receiver to the field here, coming inside. Here's Keaton.
Hooker toward the end zone. What a catch! Inside the 5-yard team. Hooker off the play fake, going toward the end zone. Caught! Let's see if he's inbounds.
It looks like the back of his hip lands in bounds. Another.
Hooker keeps it himself, and Hooker high steps to the 5, crosses over to his left into the end zone.
How do you want to spend senior day, son?
Wow. They're going to run the option. Hooker keeps it himself. What a move. And Hooker into the open field. Inside Missouri territory, he ran into his own man. He's in motion. They fake it to him. Hyatt wide open, and he's got a blocker. He may go all the way. He will. How about that?
And that deep ball, the go ball, and came back. Made a good play.
Hooker escapes pressure. They thought they had him. They did not. Hendon Hooker in the secondary sprints down to the 30-yard line. Could have been a sack, instead a monster play.
Right is the back. Hooker for the end zone. Jump ball caught. Touchdown. Tillman, welcome back. Cedric Tillman making a huge impact when most figured he wouldn't play tonight. He's got a cushion. And Hooker looked that way, didn't throw it, batted up in the air, deflected, and caught for a touchdown off the carom. So Tennessee, McCoy, after the ball was batted up into the air. Accuracy of the guy many consider the Heisman frontrunner coming into this game. They're right down the middle. Princeton fan touchdown, Tennessee.
But you never know.
No relation that we've determined.
Correct. That is correct. What do you think? What do you think, DJ?
Well, I like where they're headed. You can look at where they got players. To me, I look at the overall group that they've brought in. I think they've got a handful of starters that are going to merge out of this draft. They're going to be key players on an already really good young team.
The Jahmyr Gibbs pick was much ridiculed the night of by everyone on the internet and everyone. What I've discovered in the last 48 hours is that every team I talked to was like, oh, we liked Gibbs here. We liked Gibbs here. We like it. Everyone had Gibbs on their board as one of the top players. So you look at it from the whole picture and not where we selected him. They came out with Jahmyr Gibbs this draft, and they also got a lot of players who are going to play right away.
And they just drafted Colby Sorsdahl out of William & Mary, who was a big-time sleeper, non-combine, under the radar, popped up late. He was at the East-West Shrine game, started a ton of games, 45 games, was a captain. When people got to know him as a kid, they fell in love with him. He wants to coach. He's the first offensive line starter as a freshman at William & Mary, I was told, Charles, since 1983.
And remember, he was blocking some kid who got drafted last name named Kobe Turner.
Yeah.
Remember that? Who was at University of Richmond, same conference, and they played against each other during that time. But I like this Lions team. I like the direction they're headed. It was interesting to me that a non-playoff team goes and takes a running back at 12, which tells me they believe they're on the precipice of being right there as well. And last but not least, we use the word culture all the time. They have built a culture in 2 years that's as good as there is in this league. It took that short amount of time with Brad Holmes at GM, Dan Campbell as the head coach. That group is putting it together.